Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, next Thursday is the NBA draft. It's always one of the biggest days of the year for Kentucky basketball fans as we see where the guys on the team are going to go. This year's a little different, though. There's no obvious high pick coming from Kentucky. Well, at least not as high as usual, because the Cats have had at least one pick in the top 8 every year Cal's been here. That might not happen this year. As a matter of fact, take a look at the projected top 10 right now in the mock drafts. You'll see there's no Kentucky player in it. You see some Duke guys, you see some other teams, but you don't see any Kentucky guys. Now, I think that might change, but for now, for the first time in a long time, Kentucky players are unsure what's going to happen. Let's start with Kevin Knox. He's likely to be the highest player picked by the Kentucky Wildcats, and it is interesting, he seems to be a late riser in the draft process. Earlier, a couple months ago, he was projected at 15, 16, 17. Now some people are saying he might go all the way as high as number 6 to Chicago. You know what kind of player he is. He can score, he can get out, he actually isn't a bad passer. The question's been about his defense. But apparently in these workouts, he's gone one-on-one with a lot of players from other teams, and he's looked really good. Now the Bulls pick at number 6, and one of the Bulls executives was quoted as saying that Knox's workout with the Bulls was one of the best they've ever had. I would start watching for him to potentially go at 6 and maybe find his way at 9 to the Knicks or 10 or 11. Either way, the draft process has been very good for Kevin Knox. Now, the next highest Kentucky player picked will be SHAI-GILGEOUS. And I have to tell you, I've been shocked just how high SHAI-GILGEOUS is on some people's lists. I've even seen one draft person say they believe Shai is the 3rd best player in the draft. That seems crazy to me. I mean, I love Shai. He can get to the basket, he's got high basketball IQ, and he's a pretty good passer. But he still can't shoot, he's not all that quick, and while he is athletic, he had the lowest body fat of any player ever in the history of the NBA Combine, I still wonder about his ability to get to the rim in the NBA. Nevertheless, he's being projected 11, 12, 13. The Clippers have 2 picks there. I suspect they end up selecting him. The next person off the board will probably be HAMIDOU DIALLO. And what you think of HAMIDOU is all in the eye of the beholder. If you're watching this, you probably have strong opinions about Hami. Some people see his crazy athleticism and his ability to get up and down the floor, and some people see a guy who can't shoot and makes bad decisions. I've seen him as high as 24th, 25th in the first round, or as low as 50th. I think what happens with Hami is this. There are teams that will not pick him. I talked to one executive from a team just the other day that said no matter when he's available, they wouldn't take him. But there might be somebody that gets him in the first round. Hami is beauty if you like that kind of player. I suspect he goes early in the 2nd round. And that leaves Vanderbilt and Gabriel. The question is, will these guys get picked at all? I think Vanderbilt will get selected probably sometime in the mid to late 2nd round. He's so athletic and he can rebound that I think some team will fall in love with him. But we just don't know if he's healthy. He had surgery after the season. Nobody really talked about it. He hasn't worked out for any teams, and I'm not sure how you take the guy. What I think happens, team takes him in the 2nd round, stores him, lets him get healthy for a year, and then tries after that. As for Gabriel, I don't think he gets selected. He can shoot threes really well, and he's actually had some good workouts. The Lakers were apparently very impressed. But there are a lot of guys like him. He hasn't shown he can play defense, and I don't think he has an NBA-level talent yet. But he is the 3-and-D guy, and that's what the NBA likes now. So Wenyen might find a team, although I think it's going to have to be after the draft. Either way, John Calipari's crossing his fingers. He wants Knox or Alexander to go in the top 8. He has a streak unmatched ever with all these top 8 picks. We'll find out next Thursday if it continues.